everyone. I need more enthusiasm on that. Okay, my name is Garbo Hearn, and I am the Director of Pyramid Art Books and Custom Framing and Hearn Fine Art. I have one question. How many of you is this the first time you've been here? Okay, the rest of you gotta listen to my spiel, but it's all good. So, Pyramid Art Books and Custom Framing and Hearn Fine Art is devoted to Black culture and sharing our geniuses who are artists and creatives through literature and fine art. We represent local, regional, national, and international artists and authors, and we've been around since 1988. And this will be our 38th year starting in June. So because of you that we are still here, we do appreciate you. And those of you out in social media world, welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. This is the third Wednesday in March, and we do this on the first and third Wednesday of every month. Wisdom Wednesday is designed for the community to assist those who have retired or are about to retire, because we want to be retired and ready. We've done some amazing things this year, and we're excited that you're here. Everything that we've done you can find on our YouTube channel. The presentations have just been amazing, as this one will be. So you didn't come to hear me talk, you came to hear Felica Hobbs, because today this is so amazing what she's going to share with us, and we're going to take this home and we're going to work with it. So let's give Felica Hobbs.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and my honor to welcome you to A Journey in Gardening, Tips and Tricks. Now, when I was titling this, the word tricks, there's a new word for that now. You know what it is? Hacks. Hacks. So, a gardening journey, tips and hacks. I'm going to talk to you about the things that you can do to make gardening easy on yourself and interesting, and keep you working those muscles, and not only those muscles here, but here as well. But before I get started, I have two special guests that are going to come to you from the Speaks Foundation. Calvin Trice and Dr. Charles Donaldson want to speak with you for just a few minutes about a special event that they're hosting.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Calvin Trice. I am a member of Alpha Fraternity. We've been having an exciting project over the last 3.5 years. If you don't know, Arkansas is #1 in the country for food insecurity. That means that people don't have access to grocery stores and fresh vegetables. So about 3.5 years ago, the Alphas, through the Central Arkansas Speaks Foundation, applied for a grant to be able to address food insecurity and also to raise awareness of USDA programs. As you know, USDA is normally a rural, address rural farmers and homeowners in the rural areas. But there's an urban component to what USDA does. If you didn't know, the food stamp program, SNAP, is inside the Department of Agriculture. And it makes sense. That's why we feed the world and at the same time feeding the nation. So we got this grant about 2.5 years ago, and we started looking at how do we address food insecurity. You know, we are 1 and 2 generations removed from being on a farm. So as a part of our process, we said, okay, let's teach people how to raise vegetables, the 1, 2, 3s of raising vegetables, and at the same time, forming community gardens. So over the last 3.5 years, anywhere you see raised garden beds here in the city of Little Rock, this grant provided financial and technical support to do that. You know, you have these raised beds on 17th and Broadway. We didn't do those. But if you look at Longley Baptist Church, St. Mark Baptist Church, Honey United Methodist, Conway, Twin Lakes, and other community gardens in North Florida and Little Rock, we were a part of making that happen. We have workshops. We've been having a series of workshops over these last 1.5 years. You should be getting a handout showing the workshop that we're having this Saturday. This Saturday's workshop will be turning trash into treasure, building compost. Over the last 3 years, we have had workshops on planning, on weeding, on watering, and everything that's necessary in order to raise vegetables. A part of this network too, we wanted to be able to combine the work that these food pantries are being that are being raised, so that are being utilized providing food. So we wanted to link the Fresh Festival with the food pantry. So probably over the last 30, 60 days, Honey United Methodists have gotten a walk-in cooler to be able to support storing Fresh Festival along with St. Mark Baptist Church. And so it's all about, again, helping each other provide the most basic components of that food. We'll invite you out to our workshop. It's going to be at Front Garden, and we'll just love for you to be able to attend. Last thing, the grant is about 2.3. We've got 3 grants totaling about $2.3 million. And so that was the effort of, again, that's how we pay for those resources. Everything we do is free. Some of these door prizes are a part of what we do at our workshops, where we provide seed, fertilizer, soil, raised beds, and such, in order, again, to have a way for people to raise food. I would invite you to go to our website. It's chsfgrants.org. It's on this sheet. This sheet here is just some background information on the foundation and the efforts that we've been carrying out over the last 3.5 years. Part of what has happened since we started the grant, we were able to leverage our grant with the University of Arkansas Medical Sciences, where they are now doing a research project where they are linking access to fresh foods and vegetables and nutrition, looking at increased intake in fresh vegetables. That same association allowed us to form a community health block. We've gone to several national meetings. I'm going to let Dr. Donaldson talk about what's our exciting meetings that are coming up in June.
You sure you're through?
I'm part of it. But I thought you wanted something to talk with. Here you go.
No, I don't need it. He's the real extrovert. I'm the introvert.
This is on the video.
But
You got to put it on so they can hear. See? Introvert. I don't believe it.
we are so pleased to see so many of you here this afternoon. This is actually one of the largest groups that we presented to. We've had individuals in our groups as young as 7 years old and as mature as 92 or 93. A lot of folks are out there interested in gardening. And do we have any master gardeners in the house other than my friend here? All right. So you have some resources available to you to call on to help you with what you're going to do in your garden. Now, Mr. Trice shared that we present workshops, and we also have a toolkit. This 32-page booklet will tell you everything that you need to know about starting a community garden. There are about 9 or 10 steps in this booklet. If you follow it, we guarantee you that you will be successful. We do not have copies today, but out on our webpage, you can access everything that's in this book. The meetings that Mr. Trice mentioned that we attended, one was in Boston, one was in New York City. we were able, through the help from UAMS, that health block group that he talked about, to take about 19 to 20 people to those two conventions. We were so excited there, being from Arkansas, that we were able to convince people to at least consider us for a site. We, and I'm a walking billboard now, on June the 4th through the 7th, we will host the American Community Gardening Association's national meeting here in Little Rock, Arkansas, at the Marriott Hotel. This did not happen just by happenstance. We had to submit a proposal. We went up against Los Angeles, Houston, Denver. There was one other major city that presented proposals. They liked ours so well, they said, we want to come to Arkansas. They said, yeah. They sent their executive committee down to visit us. We showed them Dunbar Garden, Crump Garden, several other gardens. We toured them around the city, Central High School. It just blew them away. So, this group that has been in existence since 1979 will be here. I want you to write down this date, June the 4th through the 7th, and please join us. At this conference, there will be 12 tracks. Anything you want to know about gardening will be discussed there. One special track that I'm extremely excited about is a youth or a children's track. We started out wanting to have 100 students involved in that track. And right now, we have surpassed that. We don't have to cut things off or expand what it is that we're going to do. I assure you, after you listen to our expert here share everything that she has about gardening, you will want to come and participate in our program. It may look like it's rather expensive, $150. That's not an awful lot. If you get in early, the early registration was $100. After, I think this weekend, it's $150. We are expecting 500 persons to be here for this conference, and we're already up to 235 people. So it's no doubt you're going to have all those folks, and probably even more. Now remember, there are 12 tracks. Anything that you want to know about gardening, you will hear from these national experts. Did you submit a proposal to present?
I did not.
It's Trice's fault. Well, learn all that you can from this presentation. What you will see here is very similar to what you will see at this national meeting. Any questions?
Is there a fee for the conference?
The registration fee is $150. We're passing out flyers that will give you the information that you need. Go out and look at the webpage. You will see all kinds of things that will be presented. People from UAPB will be presenting. People from the County Extension Service will be presenting. And people from around the nation and Canada will be presenting. Other questions? Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to come in and share with you. We took your pictures because that grant that he talked about, we have to submit reports to show that we're out doing what we said we were going to do. And you are the evidence of that. You also, when you came in, you gave your email address. So we may send you something where you can share how much you know on this presentation, so we can share that with our government officials that are breathing down our necks. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here this afternoon.
We also have several gardeners, community gardeners that participate. If you participate in our program, raise your hand on chat. Yeah, so looking forward to seeing you all at our workshop.
Thank you. Let's give them a opportunity to share just a snippet of a little information that I have garnered over the years as a gardener. And I want to thank each of you. You are my sisters and my brothers, my friends, and I'm so glad to have all of you here to share this experience with me. Thank you so very much. The agenda, I'm going to share that with you so you can kind of follow along, you know, where we're going. Look like the kids now, everything is technology based. First, we're going to start with a very brief interview so you can find out some information about me and my personal journey in gardening. Then, I'm going to give you some tips. This will be presented by the use of a PowerPoint presentation. I would prefer to have you walk through my garden with me and a walkabout, and maybe we'll be able to do that at some point in time because it's more hands-on. Gardening, as you know, is hands-on. There will be 3 demonstrations that I will do with you as well. And you're not going to be permitted to just sit there silently and we're not have some type of exchange with each other. So get ready, because I may just call you out and ask you a question to give a response to it. Everybody clear? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have door prizes given out throughout the presentation. Hopefully today everyone will leave here with something because of the kindness of the Sphinx Foundation. There are plenty of door prizes, and there's some good ones too. And at the conclusion, we are going to have a nice little toast to this event today. It is not alcohol, okay? It is going to be a nice little hydrating refresher with edible flowers. Okay? All right. So we're going to go ahead and begin with the interview part of the agenda. And today I have seated beside me Donna Hall, one of my very close friends, and I'll let her share with you a little about herself.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here, and I want to thank God also for allowing us to have this opportunity. But I am Donna Hall, retired. I'm retired former Little Rock School District Principal. I was principal at several schools before I retired twice. I retired the first time in 2016 from Creek Elementary. I was there for 10 years. Prior to that, I was in Garrow Springs Elementary for 10 years. And prior to that, I was assistant principal at LaGarde's Magnet. So I got about 43 years as an educator, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I still miss it, but I don't think I'm going to be 3 times retired. I'm starting in 2018, but I'm not going to take up any more time. But I'm delighted to be here with my friend. I have seen her flower bed, her raised beds, and I visited and trying to mimic some of the things that she's doing at her home and her garden with mine. I don't have a green thumb, I'm just going to tell you right now, but I'm trying. I'm trying. So thank you for allowing us to do this, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, she's going to ask you some tough questions, so let's see how I can respond.
All right, I'm going to call Felicia. You all know it's Dr. Felicia Hobbs, but she's Felicia to me. But anyway, Felicia.
Yes.
Let's talk about retirement. How long? I like that subject. How long have you been retired, Dr. Hobbs?
I think this is so befitting for us to start out our discussion about retirement. June 16th, I will have been retired 10 years. It does not seem real to me. When it was time to go, I walked out of the door with very mixed emotions, but it's been 10 years. It will be 10 years, June 16th.
Thank you for that, and thank you for your service. Been there, done that. Okay, question number 2, guys. Felicia, what was your career before you retired? And I think you've answered that a little bit, but elaborate on it.
Okay, just like you. I am a retired educator. I was a school teacher. I taught 3rd grade, 5th grade. I moved from there, I became a school counselor. And then from there, I became an assistant principal. And I served as a school principal at Gibbs Magnet School of International Studies and Foreign Languages. I used to say that in such a long for 21 years, I served as principal of Gibbs Magnet School.
Fantastic. Okay, moving along, I'm gonna go quickly. Why did you decide to retire at the time that you did?
Well, that's not an easy question to answer, but I retired when I did because I knew it was time. I felt it in my bones, not like the man that told me that he said that he'll go when the war's over and he feels it in his bones. But working with younger people and them coming in, and as my parents always said to me, you're as good as those that you bring up behind you. And I saw the talent around me, and I thought, it's time for me to step aside and let someone else take the helm, so that's why I did.
Very good, thank you. Now tell us a little bit about your life. What has been going on and what have you been doing since that retirement time?
I have been quite busy. When I retired, one of the things as I walked out of the door of the school, I told the students and the staff that I was going to run for political office. And I thought, well, like me, being a learner, I wanted to learn about the political process. So where else but the state capitol? So I went over and I spoke to the Speaker of the House, and he couldn't believe that I wanted to come there and work. And as I was driving down the interstate, he said, can you start tomorrow? And I worked in constituency services, which is in the House of Representatives, fielding questions and addressing concerns that the constituents of the representatives had. And I stayed there for one session, and I saw children walking through the state capitol. And I inquired about why are all those students here? What are they doing? And I found out about the PAGE program. At that time, the senators' wives were in the PAGE program, but because of the conflict of interest, they had to be removed from running that program. So that was an opportunity for me to step in. So I stepped in and I have enjoyed it. I work with high school students primarily that are interested in going into government. I prepare them for committee meetings, and we have some real down-to-earth conversations, especially when we go into session and listen to some of the discussions around bills and how that's going to affect them and their families. I also volunteer at my church, St. Mark Baptist Church, helping to help feed the unsheltered. And Pastor Hersey is here. He was our outreach pastor. He's happily retired now, I think. And I worked in that program with him, and I'm there on Mondays. Also, I went back to school for something else that I enjoy. I went back to Votech school, and I became an esthetician, a skincare specialist. Never have practiced any of it except on myself and family members, but I went back and got that certificate of that. And what is my passion, what I love the most, I went back and got training to become a master gardener. And I've been a master gardener now for 3 years. So that's primarily how I spend my time, other than volunteering in other capacities as well throughout the community.
I think to have all that, we need to give her a hand. Wow. Fantastic, and we're gonna move on. Now, for the matter at hand, Felicia, how did you become interested and why did you become interested in gardening?
Okay. This will be very brief because we got to get to the content of what we're here for. How I got interested in it was through my mother, Mrs. Eva Bell. She always had flowers, more than anyone in our neighborhood. And what I loved the most with her was my mom's hydrangeas. They were absolutely gorgeous. So I spent many, many evenings in the flower bed tilling the soil with her. Also, something quite unusual, I also learned from the Catholic nuns that I lived very close by. I would spend my evenings with my mother's permission, they would call, because my nickname, I will let me tell you, is Lulu. And they would call for me and I would run. My mother would say, okay, you can go. So I spent many, many, many evenings with the Catholic nuns working in their gardens as well. What I love is flower gardening. That's where my heart is. Because flowers to me is the most beautiful expression of love. And that's why I love flower gardening.
Thank you. Finally, this is the last question, moving on. Felicia, moving forward now, with everything that you have shared with us, what advantages will your next step be as it relates to gardening? Some things that you can share.
Well, one of the things that an advantage for gardening for me is that it helps me to keep calm. It's therapeutic, and I think all of you realize that as well. That's the advantage that it holds for me. And it gives me structure to my life, because when you're tired, you have to have something that's going to keep you engaged and keep you active. So that's the advantage of gardening for me.
That's all my questions. Let's give her another hand.
Let's see if I can get this on. Stand up, I can get it. Step over here, let's see if I can get it on. See how my sisters help? I know this will be added to it. Okay. All right, let me make sure, I want to know who I'm talking to. Okay, how many in this audience have a vegetable garden? Okay. How many in the audience love flower gardens? All right. I just want to get a feel for who I'm talking to in particular, okay? How many of you aspire to become a master gardener? Well, after today, I'm going to tell you how easy it is to become a master gardener. It's just like breathing air, okay? It's so easy. Okay. And now we're going to go into some of the tips that I want to share with you about gardening. Well, one of the first things that I say, it's spring, y'all. It's time to have fun. I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to just let my wings soar in my yard and in other areas as well around the community. So it's time to wake up the garden. It's time to wake it up because it's been what? Sleep. It's been sleep. Everything has been what? Dormant for the most part. And now some life is coming into being because you see some of the plants, some of the flowers are beginning to poke their heads up and they're ready to bloom. Well, one of the first tips that I want to give you in terms of getting your garden ready is to first start with what I call a walkabout. Assessing your garden area. I do this every single day. I go out into my garden. My backyard is what I consider my garden. I go there and I assess, I look to see what is doing really well and then what is having an bad, an adverse effect on what's going on. I look to see if there are any little creatures, insects that are deciding to make my flowers and my plants their home. So that takes this careful attention. It takes careful attention to do that. So after the walkabout, then it's time for me to start prepping my garden, getting it ready for planting. And I do that by getting rid of weeds. So what I brought today with me is one of my favorite, I brought two of my favorite tools. This one, a lot of people don't have it. Can I move this way? Is what is called this is a root slayer. Root slayer. Like you slay it. You're gonna put them down. Okay. This is, you see how light this one is? There's another one that's larger than this. But this one right here, if you want to get a root that is really compacted within the soil, this is the equipment that you want. This is what you want. And it runs probably about $39 on Amazon. But there are two sizes to it. The other one, I bought it, but it's a little bit too heavier for me. So I use the root slayer. And I take it, I'm able to get up all the roots, and then I'm also able to turn the soil over as well. Because that's a very important thing to do when you are getting your garden prepped and ready for planting. Turn the soil over, pull the weeds by hand. Unfortunately, pull the weeds by hand. That's the best way. That's the most effective way to do it. However, we do have tools that we can use to help us to make it just a little bit easier. We have spades and we have trowels that can help us. And there's another one, I don't see it here right now. But there's another tool that I have that will actually go underneath the plant or the weed, and it will help you to lift it up easier. And of course, you do need a knee pad, don't you? You need a knee pad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody know what that is?
All right then.
Okay. Because we don't want to wear those knees out and look what they are. So you use your knee pad, and then also some of us even have what I call a little cart. Okay, you can stand and kneel in it, or you can and you can just carry it around, move it around wherever you need. Okay, to make it easy on yourself. Then after you pull the weeds, you may find that there are some plants that the seeds will spread immediately. Particularly, I'll just give you an example of one, primrose. Primrose is one. It has this flower, it's like tiny, and they're beautiful. But they sometimes after the flower, it becomes a weed. A flower can become a weed. Did you know that? It can become a weed if it's not in the right place. So that makes it difficult to do that. So you have to pull by what? Hand. That's the best. And preferably when the soil is moist. So you can wet the soil, which will make it easier for you to get those weeds out. Now, I've worked with a number of people that have a real issue with using herbicides, chemicals in their soil. And I'm between. When I need it, I need it. Okay? I'm not just like, I'm not gonna use anything I'm not gonna use chemical. Well, I'm gonna use some chemicals. I'm gonna use them when I have to. When I need something to get a specific type of weed or some plant, then I have to use herbicides. Then there are homemade products as well. Did you know that? There are some homemade products that you can use as well. And there are organic products that you can purchase. One is called Preen. Anybody heard of that before? Yes. P-R-E-E-N. Okay, that's a good organic product that you can use. Also, another measure that you can take, which is a tip, is to use hot water. Hot water will help you remove weeds. Okay? You just pour the hot water on the weeds, leave it for a day, go back, and it'll come out a lot easier. Hot water. Okay? All right. This is the standard homemade recipe for use to get rid of weeds. It's using a gallon of white vinegar, which is horticultural vinegar, which is much stronger, a cup of table salt, and a cup of dish soap. Okay? That's a great formula to help you get rid of those weeds. All right. Now, anyone in here have an issue with bugs? Mosquitoes? Yes. Yeah. Mosquitoes are my worst nemesis. They feed when the sun goes down. So I got something for them though. This is it right here. It's homemade. This is what my mama taught me to use. When they could go out and buy off and all of that. Simply, onion skins and garlic and water. If you eat a lot of garlic, it gets in your skin. If you're eating, and garlic is good for you, by the way. It will repel mosquitoes. Okay? So making some of this up and spray this all over before you go out or while you're outside, and this will help you to rid off those ugly mosquitoes. I'm like some people say, I don't know why y'all have these mosquitoes. But for some reason, he decided that they were cool, so he made a whole lot of them. Okay. One of the things that I want you to be aware of, the soil. Your soil makes all the difference in the world in terms of how your plants are going to thrive. Rich soil. Now, Arkansas has mainly clay soil, but we can amend soil. We can amend it. So, that I'm going to talk about that. Let's see. Amending soil. I'll get to that. Another trick that you can use that may be a little saver for you when you're getting your garden together is to purchase large pots. Large pots and plant in pots. You don't have to plant flowers and other plants in the ground. Use large pots. And you can also store those as well over the winter. You'll be surprised what will come back once you store it. So try using large pots. Also, the best time to plant in the ground is when the temperature is consistently at 50 degrees. Consistently at 50 degrees. Because they gotta have that warmth to help them. You know, it takes a lot of energy for a plant to produce a flower. A lot of energy. But the temperature has to be consistent at 50 degrees. Okay. And the basic rule about flowers is this. If you plant flowers before June, you should prune it after it has bloomed. Like these little flowers here. Okay. If I go home and I put these in the ground and they last for several, these are little violets, they're not going to last long either. So, but to make them come back or to come back more, I would just pinch these off, just take them off, and I'll get more flowers. I will get more. Okay. I think it's time for a door prize. I think it's time for a door prize. Okay. How about, let's give out about 2 or 3 door prizes. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right. Lily, if you come, Lily. Yes. Okay. The temperature. 50, at least 50. At least 50. Otherwise, they will probably not make it. Set your call. Yeah.
If you plant before June, you must prune before when?
After they have finished blooming.
After the
Yes, yes. Okay, door prize. Now, what they're going to do with the door prizes is this. When you sign your name, when you signed in, you were given a number at that time. You don't know, they have. Those 2 have. So you're going to be, who did not sign in? Let me get them. We got 2 people that didn't sign in.
Okay.
Beverly Jones. Beverly Jones. She's going to sign in. Okay. And who else was it? Hazel May.
Beverly Jones.
And Hazel May. Okay.
Next question. What's the other ingredient for the mosquitoes, the garlic, the onion peels, and what was the water?
Spray this down with that spray.
And what you might put I would also put this in a blender. Yeah.
They're getting ready to call out the name.
The number.
The number.
The number is 35.
Wow. Beverly Jones.
Shake it up again.
Okay, next.
Number 30.
All right, number 30 is Patricia Boykin.
She always wins. I never been where she doesn't have wins.
All right, Pat.
You ready
Let's
for
give
number?
let's give 2 more. 'Cause we
Give
got
2 more.
Number 36.
Y'all need to shake that thing and spin it around.
Shake it up. Shake it up a little bit.
Number
26
is Pamela Howell.
All right.
There we go.
Raise your hand.
Nice try.
One more.
The next number is 21.
That is Renee Henderson.
All right.
Y'all didn't go this way. We shall be back with more. Okay, let me talk with you briefly now about the mending sword. Okay?
Okay.
Now, Marcus on his last plate. And when you're digging, you know how hard it is sometimes when you get really dig and it's so compacted, it's so hard. Well, something that you can do is aerate the soil. You get it aerated, that's where you put holes in it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can take a shovel, you can take, I want you to do it with your hands, but something, a shovel, a hole, okay? But you want to put holes in it so that it will receive the nutrients that you're gonna be adding to the soil to make it better for growth. Okay, do you ever get your lawn aerated? Ever had a company come out and aerate your lawn?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, have you noticed before that your grass does not green up as green as you would like after so many years?
Right.
And that's a sign that it probably needs to be aerated. Or they will go in and they will break up the soil so that the earth will receive the nutrients that are going to be applied. After a while, it gets so hard it's almost like a brick. It will not receive it. All right. Now, there are a lot of fertilizers out there that are used to fertilize the soil to boost the growth of the plants. And I bet a lot of you use Miracle-Gro, don't you? A lot of you use Miracle-Gro. But there are lots and lots and lots. But I'm going to talk to you about organically what you can do, okay, to get my soil healthy. Now, something you might want to do too that is strongly encouraged is to do a soil test. You don't do it yourself. The county extension office will do it for you. All right? You take at least, I think, about 4 samples, 4 different areas of your lawn or where you're gardening, and you put them in plastic bags, and you take it to the county extension office, and they will analyze it for you and tell you what you need to add to the soil to make it healthy. It's free of charge. Okay? The local extension office will do that. Now, what the best, because I like doing things natural, is composting. Composting, all right? And that is using organic materials to fertilize your soil to make it healthy. You can make your own compost. Everybody in this room can make your own compost. Taking your table scraps, okay, adding them to soil, adding leaves, dead leaves. I wish there was some way, because I would be a millionaire, if I could do something, if I had a business that just dealt with leaves, because we're just throwing leaves away, and that is the best product it is that we can use that's natural. That will fertilize our lawns for us and our beds. Now, the best potting soil that I use, I'm just going to do it with my pink urns and pots. I use what is called Bactus, Bacctus. That is a type of potting soil that has compost with that. And it's a little more on the, a little more expensive, but guess what, it pays off.
Where do you?
Sometimes at the nurseries,
Oh.
any nursery, pretty much. I don't think I've seen it at any other big box stores.
So like Good Herbs or something
Yeah.
like that.
And there's another one too, it's called Happy Grow.
Happy
Happy
Grow.
Grow, HAPI, Happy Grow. It's a wonderful composting material that you can use to enhance your soil. I buy mine, I'm promoting because they're my buddies too. Cantrell Gardens has it, and they have like, you see this bag right here? This one, okay. The bag that I purchased from them of Happy Grow is about twice the size of this. And guess what it costs? $6.97.
Wow.
Now you all are going and buy them all out.
Bargain.
I know that's what you're gonna leave right here.
That's bargain.
Okay. Now another, so, flower. All today is about flower garden. It's all about flower garden. Okay. One of the most efficient ways to get soil instead of buying it in bags and such, unless if you got a big job, you know, the company just bring it on a flatbed to your home. You really pay less in the long run for it. And I get super soil. You know what it has in? Cow. Now, Miss Gill has some chickens. So she has that good chicken manure over there. You know, that is strong, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but you just water it down, okay? And you will be surprised at how healthy your plants will be. And there are different fertilizers. There's a fertilizer for trees if you're having issues with your trees. There are specific fertilizers for trees. There are specific for shrubs. And then there are specific ones for flowers. So when you go to purchase these, or you look for them like you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, look specifically for those that are just for those plants.
So which one's good for house plants?
For house
Would you
plants,
use the Happy?
no.
You wouldn't use that?
This is No, I use that for
outside.
I use it for my plants also, but I have inside. You don't I use it, you put it in better. But, I use, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what fertilizer that I use, because I usually use compost and use a lot of, yeah, I'll usually.
Any triple 13 would do this specific combo.
Triple 13. You all familiar with triple 13? Okay.
I have a question. I have a tree that has last year started to get a fungus. It's one of my favorite trees. It's a flower tree that actually looks like a Christmas tree. And it has a fungus and the leaves out on two of the bushes, two of the circles have brown leaves on them. I do not, that tree is very expensive. I'm scared the fungus is gonna come back. So what, I put some nib oil on it last year.
Neem.
What do you suggest that I use?
Well, first thing I would do is I would take samples from that tree to the cooperative extension office and ask them to identify exactly what that fungus is. Okay? And that's free of charge. There are people that will do that for you. Next to that, there is a product that I have used, and it's by Bayer. Like Bayer aspirin, it's kind of like a Bayer aspirin for a tree. But it's by Bayer, and it's called trees and shrub fungicide.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the fun part of it all. Flowers. Flowers. How do you select flowers? Well, I select flowers just like what I put inside my house, my furniture. Okay? Everything, it's not just willy-nilly. I do it with a real thought or plan in place. Everything is coordinated. Now, just like everybody has like a certain palette that they like in colors. Some people like hot colors. Some people like pastel colors. Which one do you think I like? Pastel colors. Okay? So, these are my favorites right here. These are my favorites. These are my tried and true ones. Okay. Now, we have annuals. Everybody know what annuals are. Okay, your flowers that are only going to bloom for one season. They will not come back. But you know what? And a lot of people say it's so expensive. Well, you know what? We're at a big age now. We can treat ourselves. And that's the way I treat myself, is by buying annuals, because they give that color that's going to last all summer long. All summer long. So, one of those is, I like Venus, or periwinkles. They just get so big. But that's one of my favorites. But you go to the stores now, the nurseries and the big box stores, and they're everywhere. A perennial, Lily, you know what my favorite perennial is, don't you?
Yes. There are so many in your garden, so it's something. Oh, yes, black-eyed Susans.
Oh,
Yes.
Black-eyed Susans. Black-eyed Susans. It's this one right here.
Yes. Yeah.
They make me happy when I see them. And it's like when I drive up to my home, it's like they're doing this.
They
Come on in.
smile too.
And they come back they're perennials. They come back year after year after year. Last for about 10 years. For about 10 years.
Are they sons?
They love sun.
Love song.
They love sun. Now, I'm glad you asked that question, because the direction that your garden is facing, if it's north, south, east, west, that makes a difference. So if they get this southern exposure, oh, you're gonna have a bumper crop. If you keep them hydrated, okay, they will do very well, your flowers will. And I am so fortunate that my backyard has southern exposure, okay? When I looked at the house, that's what I looked at, is where the sun, if my plants are gonna be able to get that kind of sun. You know, one thing that will prevent those flowers from really exploding is if it's not enough sunlight to get to them, because that's feeding them, isn't it? Okay? So, you have to consider the trees in your yard as well, because they can interfere. Now, these are, does anybody know what this is? Foxglove, okay? They are digitalis, you know, they make heart medication from this.
Wow.
Plant right here. For high blood pressure. Okay, this is what is used. I love that. So, but if you grow that, then you know it's kind of dangerous. If you got a lot of pets, or you have small children, grandchildren running around, whatever, so you keep them away from your pretty foxglove. Okay, just be aware. I have them, but they're biennial, so they only go every other year. They only bloom every other year. But in order to get them every year, I plant them every year. I plant them indoors, and then take them out. Okay. All right. Then another that I love. How many of you love roses? Are you fans of roses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Climbing roses. This is my favorite. It's called New Dawn. And you will see these also down. What's the cemetery down the street? Holly. Okay. Have you noticed all of those on the fence? Those are New Dawn. And this is what I have when you walk up to my home, or the new Donna Tracy's. You will also see, I think that just like our body, what structure do we have in our bodies to keep us standing straight? What do we have?
Skeleton.
A skeleton, right? Your garden must have a skeleton. It must have some bones to it. So the bones to your garden are going to be your shrubs and your trees. That's what you have to have. Well, my favorite are boxwoods. I like the brown ones and the, now let me let you in on something about boxwood that just came out and they're going to hit the market this year. Better boxwoods. You can purchase those, better boxwood. And they will not get boxwood blight. You ever seen the boxwoods that get brown?
Yeah.
Okay, well these have been cultivated where that will not happen. Which is almost like a miracle, but they have studied that for and tested it for about 25 years in order to produce that type of boxwood that will not render to boxwood blight. So I would encourage you, if you're gonna get, this is the bones right here. We saw one the other day, you look, magnolia trees.
Yes.
Okay, Nellie Stephen Hollies, Laura Pedlam, those are some other shrubs that you can put that will be the bones in your garden, because when all the flowers are gone and they're asleep or whatever, you need something there.
Yeah.
And these are evergreen.
Yeah.
They're evergreen, arborvitae. They're there for the duration, and they will last for a long time if you take care of them. Okay? And then Eva Bell's favorite, hydrangeas. Hydrangeas. And guess what? Let me let you in on something with the hydrangeas. They just released new hydrangeas on the market. They released them last 2025. They were released. Whereas you don't have to do anything to them at all. You know how you would go out and prune the hydrangeas and you would say, why are my hydrangeas not blooming? Well, because for one thing, you're cutting off the buds. So often that does happen.
Yeah.
But now, the new hydrangeas are cultivars that they have on the market now. When you go to, if you go to buy some, then you ask what those are. One that I love is called White Wedding. White Wedding. Absolutely gorgeous. Gets to be about 5 feet and huge, huge brown balls. Like that. Huge. I can't wait to see them. Say hello to me this summer. That's what I'm going to see. Okay. Safety measures. It's important, that's the next slide. It's important to have safety measures that you use, okay? So wear your glasses, your safety glasses, wear your knee pads, long sleeve shirts, okay? Make sure your feet are covered so that you and then the gloves, really important. Okay. All right. What time is it?
It's time.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and have some door prizes. Can we do two things at the same time?
Yes.
We can.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, what I would like to do is I would like to, in the middle of this, I would like to do those 3 demonstrations for you. Okay? And one is with this is a Green Mountain boxwood. Anyone like topiaries? I love topiaries. So this one I'm gonna shape it to make it brown. Okay. And I'm gonna put it in my bag backyard, okay? And when you guys come over to see it, I'm gonna say, that's her right there. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna take these, look at that. Okasuna. These are humans. These are my new ones and I love them. Okay? Go ahead and call. You just gotta watch me as I do this. See, they're really sharp. Make sure you get a mat like this as well. This is what is called a potting mat. Is it shaking up a little bit?
Yes. Number 31, Amanda Gill. Is that the last name? Elvira.
Miss Gill, everyone, Virginia Gill.
Red. So when you get those, you cut them down or just, if you need to, or just leave them?
You can just leave them if you want to.
If you want to.
But see, I want this to be.
To be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm moving this. And I'll leave it just like that.
Okay.
So how do you take that to road?
It's, well, I wanted to get.
Number 29, Phyllis Brown.
Here I am.
No, killing us over there.
It's gonna take probably about another 60 days or so, where it'll be a pretty sizable round log. Yeah, because these grow fast. Yeah. Now, the next demonstration I'm going to do is, I'm gonna sow some seeds, okay? This is one of the best money-saving ways to grow your flowers. And you can do this yourself at your home, starting about, I would say about the middle of February, March or so. It's still, you can still plant some things. I have grow lights in my garage on a shelf that I put my seeds on. But you can also use a plastic milk jug. Put the soil in there, put the seeds in, sit it outside for the whole winter. And it incubates it, okay? You will be shocked when you open it up. All right? Okay, what I will do is, I will just simply put the soil in here, and I take this little, let me see, where is that tool? See, if you all were at my house, I could go right to these things. There she is. Okay. This is what I use to measure the depth, to make the holes in the soil, so I can put the seeds in.
What is that tool? What is that? What did you buy that in?
I just bought this off of Amazon.
Like a tray.
You can get these in Walmart.
Oh, okay.
At Walmart.
So what's the tool called?
I don't know, but I don't really know. It's something like a poker.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a seed poker. But this is what I use. Do you use this, Gwen? You don't do any of this. She uses her fingers. Okay.
I come from the country. Or if I'm being lazy and I can use the handle off of one of the tools.
Okay.
Well, this is how I store my seeds. This is just one of those small container of my seeds that I have. Okay. I buy my seeds from Johnny Seeds. Particularly, I like Johnny Seeds. because the germination rate of most of their seeds, you almost got 100% return when you, so, but anyway, does everybody get the gist of this? Okay, because I'm gonna go to the last one, which is the pretty one. Okay. And for this one, I'm gonna have to put my gloves on. Okay, you wanna get another door prize?
Check it out.
And Lily, are you all gonna get the, toast? Remember the one?
Is this the door?
Let's see.
I think I won one.
Those, all those,
In here?
basket, all those containers down there, that's my Sphinx. The Sphinx Foundation has given
These
those.
are door prizes?
All the seeds down there.
Thanks for
All
that
up
sometime.
there. I think everybody can get a pair of gloves. And there are some colors to go over your, plants. Those are, I think it's about 6 of those. That's from the Sphinx Foundation. And you know, if you attend that conference, you will be shocked at what you're gonna go home with. You are going to be shocked. They build raised beds for seniors. I help them do that. Okay? So you don't have to be in.
Ella Walker Raw.
Thank you.
Number 11 is Trish Moore.
I won. I was like, y'all are cheating over there. Like, you think y'all was cheating? Thank you.
Now, I just tell you, these are from my garden.
Oh.
These are from Trader Joe's.
Number 13 is Brenda Jones.
Go, Brenda.
Hey, Dave.
Number 1 is Lou Jackson. Number 32 is Felica here.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Pam Abrams.
Go, Pam.
Okay. In between, I'm going to put together a floral arrangement for Easter. For Easter. These are my favorite pots, terracotta pots. I have a collection with all kinds of cool designs. So start your collection as well. Number 18.
Number 18 is Lily Carter.
Rocks at the bottom or no? They can for drink holes, but that's got a hole, okay, so you got that your hat. You do it at home, okay.
I'm gonna put just a little, small piece.
Number 23 is Gail Brown.
So I'm gonna break that up, and this is when I say that you.
Number 19.
Number 19?
Windfall.
There we go. So I'm going to divide this so I can get more out of it. See, I'm just gonna pull it apart.
Next one is Camille Watkins.
Breaking it up, I'm dividing.
Tammy East.
I will sit on you, Mark.
These are my favorite daffodils, and they're from France, but you can buy them at Trader Joe's. They're called tete-a-tete, which means miniature. And I'm just going to divide them up.
Rhonda Davis Moore.
It's me, but hand it to him. He'll take it and I'll get it. I'll trust him since he's my bro.
Rosalind D. Walker. Michael Davis. Donna Hall. Thank you.
So Felicia, can I ask you a question as you do that? Felicia, are those similarly in the amount of light they need or and all of that? When you're putting something together like that, are you putting plants that like the same amount of light, the same amount of? Okay. This one is both. She just wants something. Y'all put the number back in. I need a sort of a toss bowl. The numbers that no longer wrong. Miss Hobbs, do you have to
one type of bulb. Daffodils come back every year. Tulips, greenery will come back. They don't come back every year. Hyacinths, what I have here, they come back every year. So you just have to look on it. Purchase them and see if they're going
Right here.
These outside,
I think you're so ready.
Come on now.
Lionel, can you grab it and bring it here? I can give it to her so she doesn't have to come all the way from us. I know y'all coming in front of the camera.
They want to be on camera.
No, is that what it is? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Let's stop right in the middle. Rochelle.
Will you repeat the question? Know how to become a master gardener. How to become a master gardener. Okay, how to become a master gardener. Well, the first step to become a master gardener is to complete an online application. An online application. You can put this in your notes. The website is UAEX. UAEX, as in xylophone. .UADA.edu. Complete the online application. Then you will go to class if you are accepted. Okay, it's competitive. If you are accepted, everybody that applies does not always get in. You may not get in the first time, but don't give up. You really want to do something. At this big age, you know that, don't you? You keep on trying. You have to get in. Okay. It will be, you will go to class, and the class will be 40 hours of instruction in Hobbs culture. Okay? And there will be a written exam and open book test at the very end. Okay? Some people say that open book test is a hard test. Very good. Very easy to take. Okay? There is a cost, there is a fee, I don't know what the fee is, I can't even remember what it was. It's $100 and something, I think about $100, okay, plus. And who is eligible? Anyone that has horticultural skills, anyone that has interest, okay? And anyone that has a desire to help others. Anyone. After there's a graduation and completion of training, then you will be required to work on a specific project that you will select around the city or the county that you live in. I work in the Maumelle project because that's where I live. Okay, but who are some? Okay, well, run this with me.
River Market.
The River Market. Have you seen all those beautiful displays? Okay. Who else is a Mr. Garden? Somebody else. Okay.
Carrying home,
Oh, that's so beautiful.
carrying home the business.
It's really beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is so, and they use it all the time. So once you get your project, you're assigned to a project, then for your first year, you're required to donate, to volunteer 40 hours, okay, on that project. And also 20 educational hours you're required to get. And you can get that by watching something on television. This has to do with gardening, okay? And you have to put there's a website, you will go in and enter your hours. Nobody micromanages you about your hours. Everybody is adult, so, you're volunteering your time. So, now,
Let's go.
so let's do this. All of the other, door prizes that are left, let's just let anyone that did not get a door prize, let's just let them pay some more. After we finish.
I didn't get any.
Okay, then you will be able to go over and get some.
Now?
Not right now.
We'll take the names of those who have won, so they know to come to the table.
Okay.
So they are.
She's been handing them out.
Carol Overton, Loretta Ellington, Charles Donahue, Fanny Coates, August May, Laverne Davis.
Yeah.
Who else names? Calvin
Are we finished? Cause y'all know y'all walking in front of the.
Okay. Now, while you all were having all that fun, I was over here busy working.
Let's see it, let's see it.
Now, Elise, I have a special treat for you before we close. I'm going to take you on a video walk through my garden. Let's turn the lights Okay, she says the vines are never ready. I'm so sorry the volume is not working, apparently. Okay, if you notice here, this is my backyard, but I live on the golf course, and so the water will come and it destroy. I had it. Look at the guys working. I have to have help. So I had them to go in and remove everything. And look, and something that I love doing is creating beautiful tablescapes when I have guests over for dinner. So it's one of my favorite things to do. Those are my mother's camels. They are taller than my house. Go back. That's my tables. Look at them. Yes. Wow. I'm so sorry that the volume, because I wanted it to be perfect, so you all can hear this. Beautiful.
Oh, Lord, those are so big.
So what is this?
That's his hand. Oh, that table's huge.
brought to this amazing event. So it's just really, we started this in September, and we've had some amazing presentations that you can go to Pyramid's YouTube channel and you can see everything from how to sell your house, estate planning, fun things, and the main thing we're here for is for education and information. And every first and third Wednesday, our next presenter, which will be April 1st, is Camille Watkins, has shared with us what we need to know about Medicare and Medicaid, and all the insurance documents, because things do change. And so she's going to talk to you about what she's going to be talking about on April 1st.
Yes, my name is Camille Watkins Insurance. I'm an independent insurance broker. So what that means to you is I do not favor one carrier over the other. What we do as insurance brokers is make sure we're finding the right thing for you. Okay? And next month, I'll be talking about Medicare and Medicaid and how you can get the most out of your benefits. If nothing else, knowing what you actually have. Who sees those commercials all the time? Call 1-800. You need to understand what you're calling for too. What are your needs? What are you looking to do with your Medicare? So that's what we'll be talking about next month, as well as how you can get Medicaid benefits and how Medicare and Medicaid can work together. Thank you.
I say you're not officially grown until you have that. What color is that card?
Red, white,
Red, white, and blue.
You know you have it, go in there and get it every once in a while.
I know I'm getting one in May, so that's why we're doing this. So again, yes. Okay, so we do have a lot of fun on Wisdom Wednesdays that we've done today, but guess what? Tomorrow we're going to Oakland. With one of our presenters, Mr. Michael Davis, we're going to share a little bit about the trip tomorrow, and if you haven't signed up, it's not too late.
Thank you, all. Thank you all for your attention. I have enjoyed today's presentation. Tomorrow we will be heading to Oakland in Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you would like to caravan with us, we'll meet here at the gallery about 10:30, 10:45 in the morning, and leave promptly at 11, headed to Hot Springs, and we should arrive in Hot Springs around noon. If you're just driving yourselves and you're comfortable going by yourself, just meet us there at noon. We do have indoor seating for the group in section J on the mezzanine. We'll be sending out some more information about that tomorrow. It is not too late. We can still accommodate some extra individuals who may want to attend tomorrow. We can meet here at the gallery at no later than 10:45. Please wear comfortable clothes, and let's plan to have a great time in Hot Springs tomorrow, and hopefully come back for a little financial success.
So in order to sit in section J, there is a fee of $7 that you must pay us, because Lionel has already purchased the seats and we will be paying Lionel, so that'll be a $7 fee that you have to pay the gallery, so we know you're coming and your caravan van, and we'll have your number. So moving forward, I know it's 2:38, we're a little bit.
Somebody's cell phone. Anybody lay their cell phone down?
But at any rate, the whole point of our existence is about education and learning. So we are starting the Baobab Tree Book Club, which is sort of like highlights. You remember when you used to get those highlights in the mail? So we're gonna do the same thing, but your little one will receive a book every month. They will also receive a birthday gift of a book that's personalized for them, and they will have an opportunity to have a technical opportunity to Zoom with a young lady from Philadelphia who leads our book club. So they'll make friends nationally that love to read, and it'll be an hour of power. So all of this you will get. We'll see. We have your email address. We will share this with you. And next Sunday, this Sunday, we will have our overview of it in March, April, and May, and the book club starts in June. So look in your email and join us on Zoom to learn more about So this is an opportunity to get some fresh fruit free, so tell your neighbors about that. Are there any other announcements? Yes, ma'am.
She had
No, let me tell you about the books. These, I would encourage each of you to buy your books here. To have your own library, your own resources, so you can always go back and study, because learning never stops. Everybody should be lifelong learners. So some of my favorites here, this is like the children's treasury. This is the treasury of gardening. The book of flowers. This is small gardens. This is the flower hunter. Anybody like foraging? You know what foraging is? You go out into the woods and you collect natural products, natural material, and make arrangements and stuff. That's what I like. And this is my latest project right here. It's the Master Gardeners. We just we completed a fairy garden for the children in Monmouth. And this is a picture of it. This is a sketch of it. And it is a lilac tree. It's beautiful. And it will have all the purple blooms in it. And we have fairy houses made from logs, with the different groups made from organic materials like sweet gum balls. I did the one that has snail shells on the top of it, pine cones, all of that. So if you want to take a look at it, those are the book resources. That's right. I did moderate a talk here with Author Wanda Montgomery, who is a native Arkansan, on the book. The title is When Trees Testify. It is exceptional. It's exceptional. She is an exceptional writer. This is not a slow book. The first chapter will grab our attention. So I would encourage you to get a copy here at Caribbean.
In her first book, which was a bestseller, was Lessons from Plants. She's a graduate of Central High School and a certified plant biologist from Arkansas. So please support her. Okay, our last announcement is that we are excited to say that Maria Hoskins will be releasing her 8th book here on May the 2nd. It's called A Mother's Love. So I could say Maria started her journey here because she wanted to buy a book about Christmas that didn't include Santa Claus. So I said, go ahead and write the book. She did it. And I said, don't be a one-hit wonder. So she's on number 8. All holidays, all interactions. So we'll be here May 2nd at 2 o'clock. You'll get the information. I think we're ready for our toast. Yes.
Well, you're probably asking yourself, what's inside that shot glass?
What's inside the shot glass?
Edible flowers. Those are all edible flowers. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today. You blessed my heart. I hope I expanded your level of wisdom. And I hope all of you will return the first Wednesday in April. So let's all take this toast together. To seniors, to a good time, to life, love, and the beauty of flowers. Stay hydrated, stay cool.
Okay. Thank you very much.